Tyranny of the Hatt by Liam Campbell and Clara Lucas. Log 6. Big Shot. Stephen sat on a bench outside of his office. He held a magazine in his hand. Best express diesel locomotives of the 20th century. He hummed a familiar tune to himself as the sound of a diesel engine entered the platform. He glanced up quickly to see Diesel at the platform in front of him. He drew his face back into the paper, not paying mind. "Hello, sir," purred the Diesel. "Hello, Diesel," replied Stephen, keeping his face in the magazine. The Diesel stayed. "Shouldn't you be, walking?" "My next train doesn't leave for another half hour." "Right." "Don't you know who I am?" accused Diesel. Stephen didn't react in the slightest to the Diesel's tone difference. "A Gronk?" "No, I mean, yes, but..." "The Diesel from that silly book series?" "Yes, but I'm also the Diesel who convinced the Alan Pegler to send the Flying Scotsman to America." Diesel paused, impressively. Stephen had slightly pitched down his paper and tried his best to look like he wasn't staring directly at the engine. "Your point?" asked Stephen, waiting for the Diesel to continue. "I'm a master of manipulation. I can..." "Are you going to manipulate me?" Of course not. Why would I tell someone I'm going to manipulate them? What I was trying to say is, I'm full of surprises, as you can plainly see. I can help with whatever you need. If I can send that Scotsman to America, then I can help you get whoever you want on your side. I can help make decisions on which engines to get. I can help you get rid of those nasty steamers. I can help you become a big shot." "A big shot?" "Yes, a big shot." Stephen sat up straighter than straighter. He hadn't realized he had crossed one leg onto another and was now massaging his chin, clearly thinking about something. That something, Diesel didn't know what it was, but he hoped it was something good. "A big shot," he repeated quietly. The words of Diesel repeated in his head. If a simple Gronk could convince a man to drag one of the most famous steam engines to the States, maybe, just maybe, this could be Stephen's big shot to live up to his forefathers' names. But what could a Diesel give him? "And what do you have in mind?" "Well, that duck, for starters. You don't need him. I've been doing a fine job with his coaches. And that old tea kettle Edward, useless. Replace him fully with that Boko and let him rot away on a siding. And that tram and his coach have been rotting away for the last 20 years. Although these are good ideas in the present, I'd still need a suitable replacement for number 7 and others. Paxton could use some, safety precautions on him. Side plates would look nice after all." "Ahem," boomed a voice. Diesel and Stephen, who had huddled together now, diverted their eyes onto the line beside Diesel. A bright pink Diesel sat beside Diesel, with duck's coaches behind her. "While you've been scheming," she scoffed, "I fetched your train. "Oh, yes. Thank you, little shunter," he rolled, rolling his eyes at the same time. "The name's Jem," she scoffed. "Remember, sir," called Diesel as he swapped places with the little shunter. "Big shot," he called as he eerily rolled away. Jem and Stephen watched as Diesel rolled away from the station through the yard entrance. "He knows he's going the wrong way, right? The branch is behind the station." Stephen grunted and turned away for his office. "What's wrong with you?" "What?" Stephen turned around to face the pink Diesel. She was scrawny and small. Her running board seemed bigger than everything else on her. Her face was pale and squashed. One of her eyes were pale as well. She had obviously seen something. Or had. She saw without seeing. Or one of her eyes did anyway. Her well-working one glared deadly at him. "You're replacing every single steam engine. And for what?" "For modernization, my dear engine," scoffed Stephen. "You should know what I mean. You and your siblings are powerful compared to those steamers." Jem scoffed. "Do you not know who I am?" Stephen paused. He didn't. Well, he did. She was one of the engines who worked in the harbor. But which one? Tinmouth Kipper? Rosie? It's Gemini. Or Gem for short. I'm the only one of my kind. "Right. And, Gemini, what do you want from me? I want you to stop being an ass. You're neglecting your engines and employees except for those dumb gronks. Put a thought in. How's that, mate? Steven scoffed. I don't have time for this. You're nothing like your father, snapped Gem. Steven turned sharply and... Yard, now! I walk in the yard, thank you very much. Gem scoffed, blew fumes angrily at him, and left.